the woman was stunned to find that the man who once adored her unconditionally had suddenly become cold and distant. Even when she invited her first love to move in, he didn't react at all. What she didn't know was that just a few hours earlier, the man had submitted an application to the National Space Agency. 3 days later, he would leave for a top-secret research base, and it would be the day he left them forever. The first love pretended to be considerate, saying he could move out if it made the man uncomfortable. But the woman immediately rejected the idea, saying it was too unsafe for him to live alone. Even the man's daughter begged him to stay. The first love smiled proudly and promised he would cook for them every day. The man watched the happy scene in silence, then quietly walked back to his room. The woman, watching his back, believed he would never truly leave them. The next day, he handed the recipe book to the first love, but the man sneered, saying he'd never cook like a husband for someone else's wife and child. Just then, the woman walked in. Without hesitation, she tossed the recipe aside and pulled the first love away, saying he wasn't suited for tiring work and wanted to take him shopping. To provoke the man, the first love invited him alone. At the bookstore, a passerby mistook the three of them as a happy family. The man said nothing. He simply walked to the aerospace section. He picked up a book on space. The woman asked when he developed this interest. Unaware he was once an astronaut, she tried to pay for the book, but he declined. His coldness didn't go unnoticed. Later, a coworker gave the woman 3 movie tickets. She originally wanted to watch it with the man, but the first love said it was his favorite movie. The woman hesitated. Even the daughter suggested they could go with the man another time. He quietly made an excuse and left the bookstore. He didn't return until midnight. By then they were already home. He asked the housekeeper to bathe the daughter, leaving him alone with the first love. The first love continued to provoke him, boasting about their candlelight dinner, and that the daughter even called him dad. The man said nothing, because he had finally accepted. He no longer belonged in this family. The next day, his daughter was rushed to the hospital. The first love had given her candy she was allergic to, yet the woman blamed the man for not looking after her. And what hurt most was when the daughter woke up. Her first words were to accuse him of hurting her. His eyes welled up with tears. The woman coldly told him to reflect on himself and stay away from the child. Back in his room, he picked up the family photo album and saw pictures of his wife and her first love. He silently tore his image out of their family portrait. Soon came his sister-in-law's wedding. There, he witnessed something that completely broke him. Not only was he mocked by others, but when the woman caught the bouquet, she handed it directly to the first love. Devastated, he returned home, packed his suitcase, and told the woman he wanted to sleep in a separate room. The next morning, she knocked on his door, saying it was his birthday, and hoped they could have dinner together. He agreed, thinking it would be his last evening with them. He planned to tell them about his departure that night. While she was at work, he stayed home, carefully preparing dinner. But as the sky grew dark, she never came home. Late that night, his phone rang. It was the first love, mocking him on the other end. Disheartened, the man looked back on the years spent with his wife and daughter, and decided it was time to let go. He chose to devote himself to scientific research and serve his country. Just then, a knock came at the door. It was the National Research Institute, there to take him away. The man took